Trying hard to get a better signal? Enjoy clear cell phone talking with signalbooster.com.
Now to a safety alert. A South Florida teacher accused of having sex with a student seen walking out of jail tonight.
And Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Fort Lauderdale with what he had to say to our cameras tonight. Bridget.
Well, he didn't really have much to say, but police tell us they knocked on this man's door while he was having sex with this student. We asked him.
What is going on, Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joel's News and Views, conservative news and views, aka Joel Davis Media Network. If you're first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Guys, this story is disturbing. This man that you've seen walking out is a 28-year-old high school teacher. Now, we all know that as a teacher, your job is to teach children, mold the especially high school kids, be a mentor, and then after that, wish them the best, right? That's your job. But we've seen this happen time and time again, especially when it comes to a lot of female teachers. Not like it used to be male teachers that likes to blur the lines between teaching children and using them for sexual gratification. Now, in this case here, this guy is 28 years old, and he was involved with this 17-year-old girl. Now, you live in Miami. Fort Lauderdale is literally next door to Miami, okay? It ain't that far. All the women in Miami you can play with the money that you're making as a teacher. You can even go down into some of the hooded areas of Miami and get you a jump off that's grown, developed like a grown woman, has all the weaponry you could ever dream of. But a 17-year-old, I can't put my mind around it. At 28. I mean, even at 21, that's disturbing too. But we're talking about 28. You're 2 years from 30. What is it this 17-year-old got that you just got to risk it all? Like, what is it that she got that make you feel like you got to risk it all? Are you not that good with women your age? Or you one of those guys that you so controlling that women your age can see it within 5 seconds? I mean, I don't understand why you want to be with a 17-year-old. Let's play the rest of this.
Asked him all about it, but he didn't have comment.
A woman is hiding the face of 28-year-old Gerald Velez, a Flanagan High School teacher, as he bonds out of jail Monday night.
Mr. Velez, do you have anything to say about the charges against you?
Now, I'm going to replay that one clip where they said how they caught him. For the people that just coming in, I want you to hear when I get to that part. I'm going to play it through. But I want you to hear how they caught this guy when they arrested him. Let me play that for y'all one more time that didn't hear that.
Accused of having sex with a student seen walking out of jail tonight.
And Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Fort Lauderdale with what he had to say to our cameras tonight. Bridget.
Well, he didn't really have much to say, but police tell us they knocked on this man's door while he was having sex with this student. We asked him all about it, but he didn't have comment.
Now, you see that lovely lady right there, Mr. Phillip? She is very attractive. I'm quite sure if you would have told her you was a teacher at a high school making a difference, you probably could have got a date with a woman like her or similar to her. But y'all guys, man, some of y'all guys and women, y'all just don't want adults now. It's something about teenage kids with bubble gum. I want to play video games all day, and I want to steer off into space with adolescent attitude attracts y'all. I don't get it. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm around kids all the time, and because my kids, I already know, but the stuff I have to put up with and mold them through ain't worth the time to ever think like that. I don't know, but something ain't right up there. Something is not right up here. Why would you want a teenager that young? 17? She's 17. Y'all have nothing in common. Nothing. Like literally nothing in common. You can't take this girl out to the club. You can't take this girl out for drinks. You can't do anything with this girl. She's from 17 through 18. Man, I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up, boy. Let me continue with the rest of this story, man. This is sick.
A woman is hiding the face of 28-year-old Philip Velez, a Flanagan High School teacher, as he bonds out of jail Monday night.
Mr. Velez, do you have anything to say about the charges against you? Do you have anything to say, Mr. Velez?
He's accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student. Velez would not answer any questions about the charges he's facing. According to police, the two began texting November of last year, then met in person before the teen was invited to his Hollywood apartment where they had sex. A police report says the victim's father was alerted by his older daughter that the victim was acting suspicious over the last few weeks. The victim herself later told police she had been in a sexual relationship with Velez since December. Police say Velez called the 7.
I got to replay the father part again. Give me 1 second. I got something to comment about that.
Before the teen was invited to his Hollywood apartment where they had sex. A police report says the victim's father was alerted by his older daughter that the victim was acting suspicious over the last few weeks.
Shout out to the older sister. You know, a lot of times when I was growing up and I had an older sister that was always checking and seeing what I was doing, I used to think that she was a straight up hater. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't want me to have fun. But as I got older, I started to realize she was doing it for my best interest. Because especially when you're young like that, you want to have somebody that wants to check up with you. And the father, he probably wouldn't have never caught on because like a lot of fathers that's like me, you know, we're not really into the whole technical side of things. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're a father, you're not thinking about technology or nothing like that. You know, you're not thinking about the Snapchats, how they work, the Instagrams, unless you own those sites yourself and do like I'm doing. And you just, you know, and then life happens. You don't have time to double check, triple check what your kid is doing. So it's like, all right, you know, whatever. But when this happens, when this type of stuff happens, as a father, I can imagine he was very angry. He did better than I would have done. Because I don't think he would have ever made it to the police. It really would have. Wouldn't have at all. And believe me, and I would have got to his apartment, he would have been the one calling for the police. That's straight for real. Because that's like, you're messing with you're deflowering my daughter. Are you serious? She's 17. And then, I'll let you get further to the story. Their excuse of why he feel that he should get a pass for messing with a 17-year-old. Now, this is even more awesome what he has to respond and say.
The victim herself later told police she had been in a sexual relationship with Velez since December. Police say Velez called the 17-year-old his girlfriend.
Did you have plans to be with her when she turned 18?
The student's age was brought up by Velez's lawyer in court Monday. The victim is 2 months shy of her 18th birthday and the age of consent in Florida.
I don't make light of it. He is a teacher, but he's a young teacher, doesn't make a lot of money, and
he's a young teacher. He doesn't make a lot of money. But you live near Miami. You have the Miami look. I'm quite sure you could find you a nice looking grown woman to entertain you. And if you do it the right way, she may even break you off some money and help you with some of your expenses. I'm just saying. I mean, there is some women that are sympathetic like that, but most modern women we already covered, they want you to take care of most expenses. But that's a different story, a different topic, a different time. But I do know that most of the time, if you're a nice looking guy and you have the physique that most women like and adore, they making exceptions about your financial situation. 17 ain't it, bro. And then you say 2 months from being 18, you should get a pass. It's like somebody killing somebody in cold blood and goes to the judge and say, well, judge, he only had a month and a half to live, so I did him a favor. Stop it. Makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
Has no prior record.
He's in a position where he's supposed to be protecting children, teaching children, not engaging sexual relationships with them.
According to Broward County Public Schools, Velez was hired to teach at Flanagan High in 2019. He's reportedly an assistant basketball coach and teaches culinary arts. Velez is not allowed back on campus during his release.
Police do tell us that Velez admitted to having sex with this student. Tonight, he's facing several charges, including sexual assault on a minor. For now, we're live in Fort Lauderdale. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
Now to a safety alert. A South Florida
Now, this guy has thrown away his culinary teaching career, everything that he probably worked hard for, all for a piece of ass. Underage at that. This is why we keep saying as parents, with the new school systems and these current school systems, we need to do a psychological vetting of these teachers, because a lot of them are not psychologically stable enough to distinguish children between adults. I mean, I got some more stories of nightmares of where we talk about, even in this channel before, where we have had women cross the line and women teachers doing the same thing with much younger students. Because it seems like women and these men that teach out here that are super young, and they all usually under the age of 33 or something like that, 33 and 34, do not know how to understand a child between an adult. And I think there's a very bad breakdown up there. It's got to be. You can't tell me there's not. Because who in their right mind is going to see a 17-year-old as some hot piece of tenderloin, whether it's a man or a woman, or a girl or a boy? I don't understand. How could you see that when you got to look at the mental state that you're dealing with? You're dealing with a young person that has not fully developed to become an adult. Women do not fully become grown mentally until they're 21. Men, we as men don't fully grasp the concept of being a responsible adult until we're the age of 25. It is a proven fact. You can look it up right now. Science don't lie. So how in the hell can you tell me that these young kids, these young people under the age of 18 are ready to take on the responsibility of a full-blown adult-like relationship in that aspect. No, they're not. Even in the old days, they wasn't. This ain't the 1920s and 30s where little girls was 15 and 16 years old was getting married to grown-ass men and things of that nature. Those days are over. This is now the real deal American 21st century. We don't do that no more. That is disturbing. And then they want to know why we want to have teachers psychologically checked before they come in the schools to teach our kids. Y'all jump in the comment section and tell me, do y'all think this man's excuse of so-called being in love with this 17-year-old girl is because in 2 months she's going to be 18? And if you was a parent, father or mother, and you would have experienced this type of betrayal, this type of violation from a teacher, how would you respond? I don't care if it's with police involved or not. I just want to hear y'all comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Y'all know how I do, man. I'm out.